So I want to bring up two things when we're talking about the input side, because I'd love to hear your perspective on how to best handle and navigate these things. So let's talk about family dynamics, one, and then let's talk about socioeconomics, two. And as we talk about those two things, I want to really focus in on two main components. One is going to be your mental fitness and what that's like. And then the other is going to be your health, because that's another piece of, I think, the pie that gets overlooked, because technically one actually feeds and supports the other, but I think it gets overlooked in the connection between the two.
I think that is a spot on um, character of that situation. Health and mental fitness are intrinsically tied. When we talk about things about your diet and how that affects your mental acuity and your mindset. If you eat poorly, you're going to feel poorly, you're going to think poorly. And our families have a lot to do with it. We are raised from a small child on the things we should eat, what types of diets we should have. And that goes with us on through our entire adult lives until we're having children. So if we've been feeding our bodies wrong, and now our thought processes are wrong, and all of this is coming from our family, that just multiplies the challenge that a lot of us have when we're trying to make these intentional changes. And in confronting family members, I remember when I went vegan, it's a big deal. The first thing you get is, oh my goodness, what are you going to eat? But I tell everyone at this point, I would not go back because of the lightness and the ease of which I can think without having all the meat and animal byproducts in there has allowed my mental health to grow astronomically over the past few years. So we have to be able to, again, look at our family, understand our family dynamic, but not allow that to push us away from our goal of a holistic person.
And then what about the socioeconomic piece of it? How does that play into it all?
Back to my own personal experience, when you were talking about the social determinants of health, you're talking about um, job status, living status, things of that nature. Um, it's really hard to focus on your mental health when you're stressed and worried about paying the light bill. It's
Mhm.
really hard to worry about getting whole grain foods and fruits and vegetables when you've been to the grocery store and you see how much organic food costs. So when we look at those socioeconomic facts and see why mental health is so rampant, negative mental health that is in communities of color, because we can't parse apart the effects of economics and how that plays a role in how we determine, examine, and write our mental health.